Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
I know it's been a hard week for us. Just, it's hard to find out that you're wrong.
Are you referring to our baseball list?
Yeah. Brian really got me down.
Well, yeah. So Brian pointed out some flaws, and then when we were gathered at the Love's house on Wednesday night,
Yeah.
Corey and Chad also brought us down.
Yeah. What did they say?
They agreed with Brian, and then they started naming other movies that we failed to mention on our baseball list. And you know what, Philip?
Yeah. What?
You know what I have to say about that?
I don't know. Oh, he's getting something out of his. Okay. You got some paper.
I wrote down.
Oh.
I wrote down my thoughts on the matter.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So this goes out to the people who said that our baseball list was wrong. Okay.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't give no craps. Our lists aren't opinion. They are fact. Here's what I think of Brian, Corey, and Chad's suggestions, okay?
Oh.
Angels in the outfield? More like mid-90s live-action Disney movies suck more than my brain can even comprehend.
That's good. Yeah. That's a good. I mean, like, burn.
Bench warmers? More like double butt headers.
Yeah.
That seems like a childish joke at first, but when you think about it, it actually has multiple layers to it, idiots.
Wow. Whoa.
Rookie of the year?
Yeah.
More like shut your dirty mouths.
Yes.
I don't care about your opinions, and you can keep those stupid things to yourselves. I've moved beyond this kind of stuff, got it? So just don't even anymore. Get on my level. Roll the intro. Philip,
Daniel.
are we ready?
Nah.
Are you ready for this week's show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready for this week's show?
Yes, I am, because I didn't have to do like any work on it.
Really?
It was basically all you.
That's weird because I didn't do any work on it either.
I know I literally watched you do the work about an hour ago on it. So this is Classic Countdown Conversations.
It's where we take the best and the worst that media has to offer.
And we make lists about it.
And we do it sometimes.
Yeah, when we feel like it. So speaking of Brian from the intro.
Yeah?
From the intro, we got a thing from him.
We
a
did?
Suggestion for a list.
Oh, yeah. A long time ago.
A long time ago. What was that suggestion?
That suggestion was all sitcoms ever.
Yeah, so he said all-time sitcoms, and when Philip came home to me and told me about that.
When I came home and let Daniel out of his cage.
And he said, hey, Brian from work wants this list of all-time sitcoms. And I said that's too big of a list to do this early on in the show.
Yeah, we're not good enough.
We're not doing all-time sitcoms, but Philip and I had a good idea, and we're gonna do a little series.
We're patting ourselves on the back. We got a good idea right here.
Yeah, we're gonna do the best sitcoms from each decade.
Yeah.
Starting from the 60s and moving on into present day.
Nice.
Now, however, don't mistake us for thinking, or wait, that didn't make much sense, but we're going to keep that in to show that we're not perfect, Philip.
We are perfect.
No, we're not. We mess up a lot, and we're going to keep that one in.
All right.
We don't want you guys to make the mistake of thinking that we meant...
Yeah, we don't make mistakes on
that
this
we're
show.
For the next 7-8 episodes, we're going to do each decade for sitcoms. We're doing the 60s this week, and who knows when we'll do the next one.
Who knows? We decide.
Probably next season.
Yeah. Hey, you guys better get pumped for season 2.
Yeah, season 2's coming up here in what? Like 6
A few
more
more
weeks?
episodes. I don't know. I don't even know what episode this is. I put that last week's episode was 42, and it was already 42 the week before that. So I don't know what I'm doing.
So today, best sitcoms of the 60s.
The 6 days.
Now, we realized that there were sitcoms from the 50s and earlier.
Yeah.
However, Philip and I don't know enough about them to make a list.
No.
So we're sorry.
One of the most memorable of those being I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy. So I'm sorry to all of you I Love Lucy fans and any other big or popular or beloved sitcoms from before the 60s. We will probably not be mentioning them.
Yep. Okay.
But yeah. 60s, I feel like that's kind of when sitcoms started hitting their stride anyways.
Yeah, that's right.
Like when you think of 50 sitcoms, it's I Love Lucy, hands down, right?
Yeah, and then nothing
But then
else.
the 60s, it was like, oh, you got this, that, this and that, this, that, and
Yeah.
this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't say any of them.
I didn't say any of them because I don't want to give them any away.
That's right. Thank you.
So, Philip, would you like to explain why you made the list today?
I made the list today because I'm the expert.
Philip knows more about this topic than I do.
Daniel knows nothing of this.
I know a
Daniel
few.
only watches these newfangled dumb cartoons and drug addict television shows. I listen and I watch only those wholesome 60s and other things.
Yeah, so probably up until we get to like the 90s sitcoms, I won't have a whole lot to say about them other than a few here and there.
I feel like the 80s and maybe even some of the 70s I won't really know either. Actually.
Yeah,
so actually just the 60s I know.
So those will be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You know some.
I know
like
some.
The Cosby Show.
Yeah, that's true.
Stuff like that.
I love the Cosbys.
Yeah, see, so we'll be just fine for those lists.
Okay, all right.
We have 2 rules for this list.
What are those rules?
The rules are it had to be live action.
Yes, and the other rule was that it had to be majority of be in the 60s.
Yes.
So even if it started in 1969,
right,
it probably is not going to
and
be on this
lasted
list.
more than one season.
Yeah.
then it's not going to be on this list. Or let's say, because I know one specifically in our list today, almost has the same running time from the 50s and the 60s.
Yeah.
But one more year in the 60s.
That's right.
So that's why it makes our list. Philip, would you like to start us off with some honorable mentions?
Before I get into that,
Oh my.
I would like to explain how I made this list.
Okay.
One, personal preference, obviously. Obs.
Okay.
Two,
As always.
how iconic it is.
Okay.
So does it have long-lasting effects?
Okay.
To the pop culture.
In general. Right.
And then 3, sort of like the first one of my preference is how much I remember it. So,
Okay, all right. We all know that Philip has trouble remembering things that he watches.
that's right. So if I actually remember it, must have been pretty good.
There's a few on this list that I did grow up watching. So on those ones, I can actually help you out if you don't remember.
Well,
too well.
I've got my trusty old friend named Wikipedia up on my phone,
okay.
ready to give us any information I don't know.
I love the ways that you and I go about presenting our lists. They're so different.
Yes. You just
I
kind of go for
solely off of memory, and which kind of gets me into trouble every once in a while.
That's right.
Because sometimes I do misremember things. Apparently, according to Brian, he's getting a bunch of shout outs today.
Yeah.
Philip and I both misremembered Major League.
Yeah. Well, I very much said I don't remember anything about this show.
And I don't think, again, Brian's suggestion, I don't care about it. But he said, he brought up a point that I don't even think I made. So there's that, Brian.
There's that. Wow.
Brian,
He's the only listener that we have.
I hope to meet you one day.
I bet you will.
I'm sure I will.
Okay, so honorable mentions.
Yep.
So the first one
Was that all? Was that all your criteria?
was
Those
it.
3 things?
Those 3 things.
Okay. All right.
My 3 Sons.
Okay.
Now this one I've never seen.
Neither have I.
I just heard about it today when I asked
from my
Daniel's,
father.
Yeah, Daniel's daddy and
no.
my daddy-in-law.
Oh no.
and I said, here's my list. You got any thoughts? Because you were alive during the 60s.
Yeah, he was born in the 60s.
And so he said, my 3 sons. So I'm going to guess it's about 3 sons. And apparently one of them's adopted, he said, I think.
How can dying stars be adopted?
How did you hear dying stars?
Sons. 3 sons?
Oh my gosh.
My 3 sons?
You're the worst. Okay, the next one is The Lucy Show. Now, this one I just got out of there. I just said that's not part of my list because it's basically I Love Lucy. And I don't trust.
It's without Ricky, right?
It's without Ricky. She got a divorce.
Dang.
And so she's just
Is
doing
Fred in it?
I don't think so.
Is Ethel Beavers in it?
I don't think so. I don't think it's called Ethel Beavers.
Oh, wait, what's her friend's name?
I don't know what their last name is, but I don't think it's Beavers.
No, is her name Ethel though?
Yeah, it's
okay.
Ethel.
What is? Oh, Ethel Beavers is from Parks and Rec. I apologize.
Okay.
I apologize. That doesn't come in until 2009.
Yeah,
so
geez.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Okay, and then the last one is my favorite, Martian. Now this one,
what is that? I kept seeing this on.
I don't know it either.
On the internet.
But this is what happened. Was I read that title? It's like that sounds like a good 60s show. That sounds like something I'd want to watch. So I'm going to put it in my honorable mentions. And
okay, just because.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just cause.
Okay. So 2 of your 3 honorable mentions, neither of us have ever seen, and the other one is a less good version of a 1950s show.
That's right.
Okay.
So number 10.
Number 10.
Am I going to say all of these?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is all you.
All right. This is a lot of pressure.
It's not. You have it on your phone that you can read off.
So number 10 is Mr. Ed. So Mr. Ed, Daniel, do you know anything about Mr. Ed?
I do. I vaguely remember watching Mr. Ed when I was younger, and I remember liking it.
Okay.
When I was younger. However, all I really remember is the horse talks, and he's in a stable a lot of the time.
Yeah. So,
like at the beginning and end of the shows, I think he's in a stable.
So from what I understand,
and he's talking to the audience.
The owners don't, or whatever, the people in the show don't really realize that he can talk.
Okay.
And they like think somebody else is talking.
Oh.
And then I think there might be like one guy that understands. So now this is very much me going off my childhood memories.
Yeah.
So
okay.
And a little bit
That's
of Wikipedia article reading.
I feel like everyone who would talk about Mr. Ed is solely going off of childhood memories.
Yeah, I don't think it even plays on TV Land anymore.
I could barely find it on IMDb.
Wow. So yeah, Mr. Ed, it is very popular because everybody knows, Mr. Ed, the talking horse.
Right, yeah.
It's
but
very
that's
strange.
That's all they know.
I do know that the way that they got him to talk was to put peanut butter in his gums, which is awful.
No, that's okay.
He's like struggling to get the peanut butter out of his gums, and he's like, could you imagine the noise that was happening during that the filming of it? It's like,
you would probably be throwing up.
I would be puking my guts out right onto the horse's face.
Who did Mr. Ed's voice? Do you know?
Mr. Ed was voiced by Alan Lane.
Alan Lane. Okay. Because it's like an old man voice, right?
I think so.
It's like, and he kind of has like little horse mannerisms in it.
Yeah.
Like neighs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Many of the program's gags follow from Mr. Ed's tendency to talk to only Wilbur.
Okay.
His skills as a troublemaker and his precociously human-like behavior that far exceeds anything those around Wilbur expect of a horse.
Okay.
A running gag is that other characters hearing Wilbur talking to Ed and asking to whom he is talking. I'm sorry, that's what's happening.
Okay.
So Wilbur understands Ed.
And
he talks to Ed.
He understands, but Orville doesn't.
I don't think that's how I said it.
Oh.
Okay. So this next one is number 9, and it's called Get Smart.
Okay.
Now, Get Smart is Daniel knows it because he watched the newest movie with whatever that
with Steve
guy's
Carell and Anne Hathaway and The Rock and Alan Arkin.
Yeah, and so Daniel knows everything about Get Smart.
I know. Okay, here's real quick about the movie Get Smart.
Okay,
it's super underrated. It's really funny, and it actually has a pretty good little plot in it with some heart.
Okay.
And I laugh every time I watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, so did you know that the original Mel
what?
The original Get Smart was directed and created by Mel Brooks.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why
I was
it's so
literally,
funny.
when you said Mel, I was going to make a Mel Brooks joke.
Well, don't make it because
Okay.
it was true.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's about a secret agent guy who's kind of a dummy. And he kind of, I think it follows sort of what the movie has, where he like accidentally becomes a secret agent.
Yeah. Well, that was the weird, because I obviously watched the movie first, and then because it came out when I was a little bit younger.
Yeah.
And then I figured out it was a TV show. I was like, oh, I'll try to watch this TV show. And the TV show counterpart to Steve Carell's character is actually a lot dumber.
Yes.
Than Michael Scott is.
Michael Scott?
Well, Steve Carell.
Okay.
Maybe not dumber than Michael Scott, but so it was kind of interesting. It's an interesting jump from the show to the movie.
Yeah, and it's funny because he just kind of he talks into shoes. He's got a shoe cell phone. He goes inside like a telephone booth to go down its secret lair. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
And there's the jokes that carried on into the movie. There's the the old stand outside the building until the janitor leaves and then steal his key off of his belt so that no one knows trick.
I don't remember that at all.
They always have like the tricks, and they're like always like really convoluted.
Oh.
And then there's also the missed it by that much.
Oh, yeah.
That's a carry on from the show into the movie as well.
So I think I'd like to watch it again and see how funny it is.
The show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someday.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, but I do remember enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a funny sitcom premise that like this idiot agent accidentally is good at being a secret agent. That's a good comedy premise.
I almost made that part of my like reasons why it gets high on the list is like how original the ideas, but actually all of them are really original.
Oh, okay.
These are all pretty. It's not like
It's not like nowadays where everything's stolen from everything else.
Exactly.
These are the things that people steal stuff from.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool.
That makes sense.
Getting our history, right here, you and me.
We're learning together.
That's right.
We haven't been in a schoolroom in years.
Yes.
And
that's right.
so this is our school.
Yeah. We're schooled.
And we're about to teach these children known as our audience.
Our podcast children. Okay, so number 8.
Okay.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Now, this is a show I never watched, so you're going to have to enlighten me.
You've never seen it at all?
I think I've seen maybe like an episode.
Okay, so basically it's about these hillbillies.
Okay.
Who decide that they're going to hang out in Beverly Hills of California.
Okay.
And so they don't really have any sort of clue as to what they're doing. They don't realize how outrageous they are.
Okay.
And they think everybody else is outrageous. So which is true. Everybody's outrageous.
So are they played as stereotypical hillbillies?
Oh, yes.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yes, very, very much so. But did you know, based on what my phone says, that Beverly Hillbillies was ranked among the top 20 most watched programs on television for 8 of its 9 seasons.
Wow. Okay.
And twice ranked number 1.
Was that the latter 8 seasons or the first 8 seasons?
That's a great question.
Dip or did it rise? Or for some reason was it like the 5th season just dipped in popularity for no apparent reason?
Only the Lord knows that.
Okay.
Because my cool little sheet of paper that tells me everything that I need to know.
Yeah, it's not telling you that.
Does not tell me that.
Okay,
thing.
that's fine. I could honestly not care any less.
I guess really what happens is that they own land and somebody wants to drill oil, so he gets paid a bunch of money and he goes to Beverly Hills.
I see. Okay. What a sellout.
So he gets $25 million.
What a chump.
Would be a lot of money.
That's a lot of money today.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what it'd be like then.
But what a sellout. He sold his family farm for money. How dare he?
Yeah. Yeah, There's
Is
that.
the end of the show them going broke because they don't know how to spend their money wisely?
No, I don't think so. I think they just always have money.
That's how white trash people spend their money. I'm just saying, people who like win the lottery, they don't know how to spend their money well, and that's why they always go back to the same way of living.
I don't think anybody knows how to spend that much money.
You invest and you save and you give 10% to the church. And
I will say this: it's a fun time with your friends to talk about what you'll do with
Philip and I have done this
$10
quite a few times.
Yeah.
And I've even carried it into youth group.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, last week I was asking them. I was like, hey, if you had $100 million, what would you spend it on? Go.
Well, did they have good ideas?
Yeah. A lot of them, Becky Barron.
Yeah. She's old, though. I'm talking about the children.
She is old. Love you, Becky. You'll probably never listen to this, but no, yeah. Two sisters, they were talking. They were like, well, we'd probably start a nonprofit.
That's not how you make money. What are they talking about?
They were saying, okay, if you have $100 million.
Says non-profit.
If you have $100 million, I think you could start a non-profit organization to help people.
Nah.
But then they said travel a lot.
That part I can get down.
Okay. All right. Beverly Hills.
You guys ready?
That's a good pun, too. Beverly Hills, Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah. Well, it's not Beverly Billies.
Huh? What?
Number 7. Are you ready?
Trying to remember what. Oh, okay. Yes.
It is on my list. I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah. Okay. This is another one that I vaguely remember watching when I was younger.
Okay. So this one, as a guy, the premise of the show is a guy gets stranded on an island, and he's sitting there on the beach, and he notices that a genie bottle, I don't know, bottle's not the right word. What is it? Is it a bottle?
Well, it's a lamp.
Yeah.
Well, some people say lamp, some people say bottles.
I think it was a bottle.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's like a messenger bottle, right? Okay.
And he rubs it, and then out comes this genie woman.
Yes.
And she does not speak English. And his first
that's right.
His first guess or first wish is that she speaks English.
That's right. I do remember that.
And then his second wish is to have a rescue plane come by.
Just wish to instantaneously teleport.
Well, and then
That's much more fun.
His last wish is that she's free from being in the bottle. But the problem is she fell in love with him.
That's right. So she sticks around.
So she sticks around and goes inside his duffel bag.
And does she still have powers?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that all happens in the first episode.
That's just the first ep.
So then the rest of the show is just the hijinks that they get into with her magic powers.
And I think it's pretty funny.
And then you and I were kind of discussing the other day with my father. There's kind of like a little bit of a romance thing.
A bit of a romance. Well, obviously she likes
him, but
he doesn't. It's like kind of.
I feel like it would be the exact other way around. Nowadays, if they remade this, then like the genie would be all like, "Whatever, I'm above this. I have powers," and then the guy'd be like, obviously she's a beautiful woman, so he would just do whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of genies, Philip.
Oh,
time for Daniel's Inner Thoughts segment of the show.
Oh,
where we talk about my 3 genie wishes.
Oh, okay.
And then I can ask you what yours are.
Okay.
But here are mine.
All right. I think I know what they are.
I think I've discussed it with you before, but I always like telling people, just in case if they find a genie.
Okay, just in case.
Then they can use these 3 and then give me wishes. So here's a little secret on how to get unlimited wishes, people.
Okay.
Okay, so you find your genie lamp or your genie bottle.
Yeah.
You rub it. The genie comes out. And let's just go ahead and assume it's the Aladdin rules.
Okay, so no unlimited wishes?
No. Well, it's no more than 3 wishes.
Okay.
You can't wish for anyone to be dead.
Okay.
Anyone to fall in love with you, or anyone to come back from the dead.
Okay.
And then obviously no more than 3 wishes. Well, I say to you, a genie.
Okay.
Whether it's a guy or a girl, whether it's Robin Williams or this attractive lady. I say, and here's another thing about genies, Philip.
Okay.
They can be tricky sometimes. They like to take your words and
That's true. They twist them up.
They twist them up. So my first wish is, Genie, I wish that you have to give me exactly what I'm wishing for. No twisting my words. You have to know exactly what my heart desires, and you have to give me that exact thing.
Okay. All right. That's good.
So that's my first wish.
Okay.
Second wish, I wish there were no rules that apply to you, to me.
Oh.
Other than you having to obey my wishes.
Okay.
And again, they can't twist my words. They have to know, they know what my heart desires, right?
Okay.
So then that gets rid of all of those rules that come along with the genie.
And then you ask her.
And then
unlimited.
I say, I wish for unlimited wishes. Now you got unlimited, right?
Okay.
So the next wish is for a large Marion's pizza. And then the one after that is if the genie wants to be free, then you say, okay, I set you free, but I still get my unlimited wishes. You can either give me like a little rock that I hold when I make a wish, or you just bestow upon me the powers, whatever.
Okay.
But I still get the unlimited wishes. You can go be free, do whatever you want.
Okay.
Except for you can't go murder people. Like, you have to go be a good citizen.
A good genie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's mine.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. It's that I bestow upon everyone in the whole world from now and into the future that everyone gets 3 wishes. And
Okay.
it's basically unlimited wishes. And everyone gets it. Everybody gets a piece
Well,
of the pie.
Hold on. Do these wishes have rules to them? Because
Yeah.
if you just give it to frickin' Kim Jong-un,
Yeah.
then he'd be like, I wish America blew up.
Yeah, but then another person wishes that America didn't blow up. Doesn't blow up. And then you just, it just keeps going.
I don't know.
Everybody gets a wish.
Okay. All right.
I'm like basically wish man. And then I become genie.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
That's your only wish.
I'll think
of
about
3?
the other 2 when I want.
Okay.
I got some time now.
All right.
That genie's got a lot of stuff to do.
That's true. That is true.
It's a whole lot of.
It's almost 8 billion people they gotta go give wishes.
Well,
to.
and all the future ones that come out.
Oh, geez. Oh no. Okay. So it's just from now until the end of the earth.
Yeah, I mean that genie's got. I mean,
It's got some work to do.
He could wish himself some more genies, I suppose. Maybe that's what I would do. Is
Wish for more genies.
More genies. Please.
That's another way to get around the whole 3 wishes rule.
Yeah, I wish for 1 billion genie bottles filled with very good genies
that only serve me.
Yeah, I mean, what is a wish? Could it? I mean, like, can you do a run-on sentence wish? I wish for this genie to be the best genie and to give me all my heart's desires and does that count as one wish?
Yes, I believe so. I believe like if it's the same thought or the same sentence.
So technically, I just made your 3 wishes into one wish.
Probably, yeah.
Even 4.
Because of the Marion's
because
pizza.
Of the Marion's pizza.
It's got to be pepperoni, sausage, extra sauce.
I see. So I think,
and sorry, I forgot a little bit of the Marion's pizza thing.
What's that?
It replenishes itself.
I see.
So
Unlimited.
It's always the perfect temperature.
I see.
Perfect taste, and every time you finish that last bite, it's back.
It's back. Or
Right
every
there.
time you look away, it's suddenly
And then you can play
again.
little games with it to see if it you'll pretend to look away and see if you can see it replenish itself.
I like that. I think that's a
little
number. That might be
game.
my first wish, actually.
Give you endless hours of entertainment with this pizza.
And we'll solve world hunger.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, after my first few, selfish wishes, then obviously I would go solve world hunger, world peace.
Yeah. Think of all
crap.
the wonderful, nice things that these children from Africa that are starving to death are probably going to wish. That's not selfish at all. I feel like that's probably what's going to happen.
Well, I'll be like, I wish everyone has houses.
Yeah.
And money to pay their mortgage.
Yeah.
And parents.
Yeah. And know Jesus.
And you mean and to know Jesus.
Yeah.
Not know Jesus.
I see. Yes.
I heard it wrong.
Yeah, you did hear it wrong.
I
Satan.
almost yelled at you. But okay. So I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah,
good show.
You know what I wish for?
To get on to the next.
I wish that we had money.
Oh, are we already on this segment?
We're already on that segment.
Oh.
So
okay.
I wish that Cafe would play some music for us.
Hello and welcome to
our Patreon segment.
This is the smooth jazz version.
Because of the smooth jazz you're listening to.
You've never heard of my mouth so close to your ears.
That's not true for me, but we'll not talk about that.
I kissed Daniel's ears every night.
I probably peaked with that one.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Okay, so Daniel.
Yep.
What do you get with Patreon?
It depends on what tier it is, Philip.
Oh. What's your favorite tier?
My favorite tier is the last one.
Well, let's not start with that.
The first tier is $5, and you get behind the scenes stuff and our best friend status.
Nice.
$10 tier, you get the same stuff plus a yearly gift.
This yearly gift is a sweet, sweet mug.
A classic. Oh, wait. We don't tell what it is.
That's right.
It's a surprise.
Only those who give get to know. And our last tier, Daniel's favorite tier, $100, called I'm Rich.
And no extra benefits.
Nothing at all.
If you guys like this smooth jazz segment, let us know, and we'll keep doing it.
I don't think anyone will. I suppose we should call Kathy back, but turn the music off.
Okay, you keep talking to the listeners and I'll call her.
Okay. No, not on the phone. Don't call her on the phone. Just yell it.
Kathy!
I got it.
Scared the crap out of her.
We can stop doing the voices now.
Okay.
All right.
Whoa, now. Who are those cool guys?
It's a very cool, smooth jazz boys. Next on our list is number 5.
No, you skipped number 6.
No, I didn't. That was number 6.
No, it wasn't. That was number 7. That's why I thought it was weird.
Oh, interesting. I did.
That's why I thought it was weird that we're going to Patreon so soon.
We did it. We do what we want sometimes.
If you replay the episode, you'll see my confusion when Philip tries to bring up Patreon. It's because we were on number 7 and not number 6.
That's true.
But go ahead with number 6.
Okay, so number 6 is Bewitched.
Bewitched.
So Bewitched.
Watch out.
Oh, I almost put Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie as the same thing. But then I started to look it up a little bit and I realized, nah.
It's different.
There is magic involved in both.
Yeah.
But they're different.
Well, tell me about Bewitched, because I never watched it.
So Bewitched is a guy who marries a witch.
Okay. But it's not like a real life witch. It's like a whimsical fantasy witch.
Yeah, like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the witch's family is like warlocks and like all this crazy stuff.
Oh, okay.
And they don't like that it's a mixed marriage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so they kind of get into some hijinks. And she, like.
Is the man a buffoon?
Probably because it's the 60s.
Yeah.
But.
Well, it's a sitcom.
And it's a
period.
Sitcom. Yeah. And so he's allowed to see when they do their witchy magical things.
Okay.
But they don't show it to anybody else.
Okay.
So he gets into some hijinks. And
I see.
people do some mean things to him and stuff like that.
So that's mean.
There's that. And they just end up loving each other all through the pain.
The married couple does?
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah. And so good
job rising against
man.
the status quo.
That's right. And I liked it because it was kind of like, oh, you know what? That probably was a big deal. Mixed marriages in the 60s.
I wonder if that was.
I bet it was unintentional.
I bet they're both white.
They are definitely very
Well,
white.
then it didn't do its job.
It
right.
didn't. Well, it probably would have been a little too on the nose.
Well, if it's a witch's nose, it's not too hard to be on it.
So I remember this one. Daniel and I were reminiscing about it, and we thought that maybe there was a black cat, but then we thought that might be Sabrina, the Teenage Witch.
Mm-hmm. Which one did it end up being?
I don't know. I never looked it up.
Okay.
So let us know.
Let us know if the black cat that talks is from Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, or Bewitched, or both.
Maybe both. I think it might be both.
They might have stolen it.
The Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, the cat talks.
That one definitely
It's got like
talks.
a man voice.
Yes.
And it doesn't really work.
Yes. But for whatever reason, I thought it was in Bewitched as well, but I've never watched it, so I've never bewatched it.
Oh.
So, all right, what's next? I'm done talking about this one.
So next is...
Let's move on to some more horror-ish things.
Oh, you know what's going on.
I know what's going on.
It's the Addams Family / the Munsters.
Because it's basically the same exact thing.
They came out 6 days apart from each other.
That's crazy. What were are they on different channels?
Yeah. Yep.
What were the channels?
I believe probably NBC and ABC.
Okay. I feel like the Munsters was ABC.
But I don't actually know for sure. Those were the two main ones back then, right?
Okay. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. There were three. There were three channels.
Now, listen. They are different. They're a little
I know.
different.
I understand. It was just it's like A Bug's Life and Ants.
Yeah.
Although both Addams Family and the Munsters are good. A Bug's Life's good, but Ants sucks.
Yes. Yes.
So
that's true.
there's probably a better one than that. A better analogy.
Yes.
But anyways, go on.
So the Monsters is more like you got the classic monsters going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Addams Family are just kind of weird people.
Yes. Yes.
They're just strange.
Although Lurch
Yeah.
is similar to Frankenstein.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's not exactly.
Yeah.
Because Herman Munster is Frankenstein's monster.
Yep.
The dad is Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dracula's daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to remember. So the Munsters has Herman, the father.
Okay, so we're talking about the Munsters?
Yeah, so
you've got Herman Munster.
Yeah.
You got Lily Munster,
And that is his wife.
the bride of Frankenstein. You got Eddie Munster.
Yes.
You got Grandpa Munster.
Yes. And then his wife.
Marilyn Munster.
Yes. And then you have Spot the dragon.
Now that one I don't remember.
You don't remember the dragon?
I don't remember the dragon.
All that you ever saw was like a tail or like a wing.
Oh,
But he lived under the
yes.
staircase?
Yes.
I remember the episode that, because he wasn't always there. They like find him.
Okay.
They find him living in the house and they keep him
Yes,
as a pet.
that's right.
He was always my favorite part of the show.
That's funny.
When
And
I
then
was
you got the
younger.
hand guy.
The hand guy?
The thing.
Oh, that's
I'm sorry,
Addams
that's Addams
Family.
Family. I'm sorry. So
and
you
then,
got Gomez Adams.
Yes.
You got Morticia Adams.
Yes.
You got Uncle Fester.
You have Wednesday?
Uh,
Wednesday Adams? Is that her name?
I don't know who that is.
Wednesday's the daughter.
Wednesday
I
and
thought.
Pugsley Adams.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Those are the children. You got Grandma, which apparently is not a major person.
I don't remember Grandma.
You got Lunch, the butler.
Lurch.
I'm sorry, Lurch. I called him
Lunch.
Lunch because I read it wrong. You got cousin
It. Yeah, okay. And that's the little like fuzzball thing, right?
It's a 4 foot tall ball of
Yes.
fur.
Yes. Okay.
You got the thing, and then you got the house.
The thing. What's that?
That's the hand.
Oh, it's just the severed hand.
Yeah,
That's right. Okay.
Yep.
And the house is alive?
the house is alive.
Okay, see, I don't remember the Addams Family as much as the Munsters.
I mean, I don't know. It like there's like random little things in the house.
Like just that are alive.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
piano or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one did you grew up with Addams Family
I did more
so,
Addams
right?
Family.
And I did more Munsters.
And I think the Addams Family is better.
The Addams Family has stood the test of time more.
Yeah. And
There's more.
It's got that theme song that everybody knows.
It's got although the Munsters has a good theme song as well.
But I don't think it's as memorable.
There's a song that came out a few years back called Uma Thurman, I think.
Okay.
It was like, I want to dance with Uma Thurman, blah, 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 blah. Well, they took the Munsters theme song and they like redubbed it.
Oh, okay.
So it's still around.
Yeah, but you just do.
It's kind of, I know.
And everybody knows.
I know.
Everybody
And like
knows.
the Addams Family they had like 2 live action movies and they're getting an animated movie coming up.
Is that true?
It is true. It wasn't the same actors from the show.
Okay.
It was the movies.
Okay.
The live action movies did like bigger stars, and then they're making an animated one. The Munsters hasn't had that type of legacy,
Yeah.
but I think I like the Munsters because it is classic monsters.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like that show.
But I like the Addams Family because it's just kind of its own thing.
It's its own thing. I know. I like both of them. I'm not poo-pooing anyone.
Well, you poo-pooed on me.
But yeah, I'm trying. What was the Addams Family like? Were there lessons?
I don't know. I don't really remember the show super well in terms of. I just know the characters.
Okay. Yeah,
which
I
is
guess that's
strange.
really all that matters is the characters.
Yeah, they just kind of did stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if it was that funny.
I remember I really loved the atmosphere of the Munsters, the house and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And I'm sure it's the same with the Addams Family.
No, I could see that.
Okay.
Number 4?
I like you thought the way I think, Philip.
What's
When
that?
something's similar, you just bunch them into the same slot. That's a very Daniel thing to do.
Well, I learned from the best.
Okay. And right in the middle, because here's my thing, Philip. Here's
Yeah.
my rule about doing that.
What's that?
If you clump more than one thing into one slot,
Yeah.
either has to be ranked at number 10, number 5,
Okay.
or number 1.
There you go.
It's either at the beginning, end, or middle of the list. It can't be in any of the other slots.
Well, I very much did not do that intentionally.
Well, I'm glad that it fell into line with that, and because if it wasn't, I would have corrected it
Okay.
when I read your list earlier. But it was at number 5, so I didn't say anything.
All right. Well, I like that.
So,
Yes. I take it back. I did it on purpose.
oh,
Unconsciously.
do you want to redo that?
Nope.
You don't want to cut that out?
Nope.
Okay. Because we're not perfect.
No, we're not.
Okay.
Number 4 is Leave It to Beaver.
Oh, that's right. Okay, this is another one I never watched.
You never watched Leave It to Beaver?
I saw maybe an episode or 2.
Are you even a white young boy? Because that's basically what it's about.
I said it's just hijinks that this little kid gets into.
No, it's about a family. And it's very much white suburban families.
Okay.
And so you learn a lesson at the end of it.
Okay.
Somebody does something wrong. There's the 2 boys.
Okay.
You know, one of them gets in trouble.
Is it Beavis and Butthead?
No, just Beaver.
Leave it to Beavis.
Leave it to Beavis, or
Leave it to Beavis. Actually, it sounds better than Leave It to Beaver.
that's true.
Anyway, so wait, hold on. So Beaver is the main kid,
Yeah,
and then he has a
I
brother.
think he has an older brother.
He has an older brother. Okay.
Yeah.
But
and
no sisters.
no sisters. Just the 4 of them.
Okay.
The 4.5 people in the family.
4.5.
That's like the average of America.
That
4.5
makes no
children.
sense.
Well, it does when you do statistics.
But in that case, statistics doesn't make sense because you can't have a half a child.
Yeah. So anyway, basically, it doesn't really exactly stand the test of time in terms of like the lessons they're learning.
Okay. It's more so like don't wear, or it's like it's okay to wear blackface.
Yeah, crazy things like that. I don't know
Okay.
if that ever happens, but
It's okay to be misogynistic.
yeah, that kind of probably does happen.
Women are supposed to be in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's very much
I
the
bet you anything. There's an episode where the wife she tries to go out and have hobbies and she fails, and then they're like,
Yeah.
well, you should have stayed in the kitchen where you
that
belong.
Probably does
No,
happen.
make us dinner.
Yeah. Yes. So, very, very classic America.
And then it just zooms in on the father, and he's just like, he's kind of grunting to himself. He's
Yeah.
like, the 19th Amendment was a mistake.
Oh my, Daniel. But I do think it's very it's kind of classic, and it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen it, but I know about it.
Yeah, so that's
Leave
why
It
it's
to
so high on
Beaver.
the list. I did watch it a lot as a kid.
Okay.
so I remember it. But yeah, it's not. I had to be in my top 5.
No, I would agree with that. Like of the sitcoms in the 60s, like I would probably if I were to just name them off the top of my head, Leave It to Beaver would probably be up there. So I think you did good.
Yeah.
You did really good with this list, Philip.
Thank you.
I just want to
thanks.
I want to encourage you with that.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. And if you ever really want to just see something that's far more modern, Dave Chappelle does on the Chappelle Show does a version of Leave It to Beaver
Really?
where he's the milkman.
Was the milkman like a recurring character?
Or I'm sorry, I think that everybody's black in that show, in that version. It's like all black and white, but it's a black family. It's great. But very
That's
probably not kid appropriate.
Was that disclaimer? Was his name Beaver? That
The
was his
kid?
actual name.
I guess so.
Was
I actually
Beaver.
don't remember for sure. Let me look at my handy dandy notes here.
Okay.
Leave It to Beaver.
Beaver?
Leave It to Beaver is black and white. Theodore the Beaver Cleaver.
Oh, their last name's Cleaver.
Yep.
Okay, so did he have buck teeth? Did kids on the block make fun of him by calling
Probably.
him Beaver?
They should have. Nah, he's got pretty straight teeth.
Okay,
Little
dang
Beaver
it.
Cleaver.
That would have been really funny. We should make a show about bullying, but it's a comedy
Okay.
where you're forced to side with the bullies because they always win at the end.
According to Tony Daw, who I don't
Okay.
know who that is,
Yeah.
but he's probably some sort of show guy. He said if any line got too much of a laugh, they'd take it out. They didn't want a big laugh. They wanted chuckles.
Really?
So this is a chuckle fest.
Okay.
This show. Very chuckly.
They
They're like,
they were too good at writing.
yeah, they're like,
so
oh
they-
man, that joke was just too good. Let's take it out.
Interesting. Okay.
Man, that's actually, it's funny. That's what we do when we're editing. So that's why all of you don't ever just crack up all the time when we're.
That is true, but it's because most of the time that we have our best joke is that it's too mature. It's too mature for our audiences.
Sorry.
What's number 3, Philip?
The Dick Van Dyke Show.
Okay.
Do you know anything about Dick Van Dyke?
I know that Mary Tyler Moore was on it.
Yep.
She was the wife?
Yep. Yeah. I think she's the wife.
She was.
Okay. All right.
And they just kind of got into... I feel like when you think of sitcoms, this is probably up there because it's just like, oh, we're a married couple and we're getting ourselves into these wacky situations.
That's not true even at all.
Why? What was the show
It's about they're making a television show
Okay.
and he's the host. Dick Van Dyke is the host
Okay.
of one of the television shows and they basically make fun of him all the time. Dick
But
Van
they
Dyke.
still get into wacky hijinks though.
Sort of.
Yeah. That's
But it's
what I
not
meant.
like they don't ever. I don't think they show much at him at being at home. Even
But it's still their relation. I mean, they're still married.
I don't even know. I don't see that even in my notes here. I don't think they're married at all.
She is married to him.
All right. Okay. I do see that she is married to him.
There you go. See?
Yeah, I was wrong.
How much of the episode did we just cut out with us trying to look that up?
Probably about 15 minutes.
Okay, all right. So that's why you heard a weird cut in the audio, people.
No, my cuts are flawless.
No, yeah, they actually are. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts recently, and you edit better than all of them.
All of them
So-
combined.
You're at level 9,000.
That's right.
That was a double joke, folks.
That's great. So anyway, Dick Van Dyke Show is pretty funny and very classic.
Yeah,
Classy.
I mean-
classy and classic. I don't know if it's classy actually at all.
No, yeah, and like Dick Van Dyke, hilarious.
He's a good dude.
Hilarious, man. And Mary Tyler Moore, man, she a babe.
Whoa.
back in her heyday,
Okay.
she was pretty.
Strange.
I'm just saying,
I feel like that's just weird.
that's just weird.
I think that the thing that you just talked about right now is just weird. So, number 2 is gonna be.
Can I say this one?
You can say
because
this
this is
one.
my favorite.
Yeah.
This is possibly in my top 10 favorites of all time.
Really?
Well, I just have a special place in my heart for it because I grew
Okay.
up watching it over and
Okay.
over again. Yeah, we had all 3 seasons. And back when I learned how to use the DVD player, I just watched them all. And that is Gilligan's Island.
Nice. Now this one I'd never seen before.
Yeah, so...
but I knew that it was a favorite, and it was very classic, and Daniel, it was one of Daniel's favorites. So really my desires were succumb to Daniel's.
So I'll just give you a quick run through then, Philip.
Okay. Yeah.
So obviously they shipwreck.
Yep.
You know the song.
Gilligan's Island, where are you?
No.
We'd like to return to home now. We've never been bad at the song, but now look at us now. 'Cause we really, 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 really want to get back. Oh, so bad. And we really, 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 really need a snack.
We hate this
back.
island. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So this show,
that was audio gloriousness, audio gold coming right out of our mouths.
We also got a suggestion. The only suggestion I liked this week,
yeah,
from our fan base was we should do a podcast where we just take existing songs and do different lyrics to them.
I don't even know who suggested that.
I thought it was Corey. It may have been you.
That's why you liked it so much.
Because remember that woodpecker was on the tree, and I said, making my way down trees, looking fast, whatever.
Yeah,
and then
we said it would just never rhyme.
I wouldn't have to rhyme. Anyways, back Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. What's Gilligan's Island?
So we get our 7 characters.
Yeah.
We get Gilligan, Skipper, Mr. Howell, Mrs. Howell, Ginger, the Professor, and Marianne.
Now, does it ever have any other characters in the show?
Yes. So, well, first off, the pilot, the Professor is a different actor.
Oh.
And I believe one of the girls is different.
Oh, can I do a little trivia for you?
Yeah, what's up?
So on Bewitched,
Yeah.
the actor who played the original husband changes.
Oh, really?
It was like, his name was Dick York, and then they're like, well, we don't like this guy. We really want Dick Sargent.
Dick what?
Dick Sargent, which is really weird because they're like, we just want a guy named Dick, please.
Interesting.
Only men named Dick for this. Please,
Yeah,
this
for this
role.
show.
Okay.
Dick Van Dyke's not available?
Oh, no.
He's doing the Dick Van Dyke show? Get another Dick. Okay.
That's all. I just wanted to give you that.
No, that's fine. So you get your 7 characters, and yes, Philip, to answer your question.
Yeah.
Going back full circle, answer your question. There are other characters on the show. So no other mainstays.
Okay.
They'll show up for like an episode or something.
How does that even work if they're stuck on the
So
island?
it'll be like one time there was a Jungle Boy played by Kurt Russell.
What?
He was little
Kurt?
9-year-old.
Little Curtis Russell?
Little Curtis Russell. So they...
Little Curtis Russellman?
Yeah, it was right before Disney died.
Oh.
And did you get that joke?
No.
Like in the last recorded thing that we have of Walt Disney, he said Kurt Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so this is how it always happened, Philip. They'd either find someone on the island, like natives or something like that.
Okay.
Or natives from like bordering islands or something. Or someone would come there for like science, or one episode, one of the best episodes, a man goes there to hunt, and then he realizes that he wants to hunt Gilligan.
Oh.
He's like, man is the most dangerous game.
Oh, I see.
But then at the end, that person or those people always get off the island, and either they forget to tell people that the crew is on the island, or like they hit their head and get amnesia, or
okay.
Stuff
Some
like
sort
that.
of funny circumstance.
Yeah, like they got the Kurt Russell kid, the Jungle Boy. They spiffed him up, got him a little suit.
Yeah.
Because they just make all these contraptions on the island.
Right,
they make little cars. They make all this stuff. And they were like, well, and the professor's always finding always the B plot was the professor finding something that could help them get off the island.
Right.
So he found like some sort of like helium stuff. I don't remember. And he's like, well, we can make this hot air balloon. And he's like, but the basket can only hold one person. And the only person light enough to get in this basket is the Jungle Boy. So then they send Kurt Russell off in the hot air balloon.
Yeah.
And then they have a radio from the boat.
Okay.
So they're always listening in on the radio. And, they're listening in and the radio announcer's like, we found this Jungle Boy in a beached hot air balloon, but he can't speak English none too good. So it's going to take years for us to learn what island he came from. Years. So it was always that type of stuff.
I see.
And then it got canceled.
Oh.
It got canceled. The last episode was just an ordinary episode. Didn't get a send-off or anything.
Yeah, that's too bad. But they made a movie,
They made a movie. It sucked.
Well,
It's real
did it
bad.
at least end it?
It was like 10 years later.
Yeah, that always sucks.
So they all aged horribly, like Michael Cera, and then they all just go back to the island at the end. So really, it was a pointless movie. But yeah, this show, great. I was telling you the other day, this is like the epitome of a sitcom because they're on an island, so let's just mine all the situational comedy we can get from that.
Yep.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
And guess what else?
What?
Mary Ann's a cutie on the show.
Okay. Why are you such a freak today? Number one, I'm disappointed in us.
Why?
I'm disappointed in you, therefore, by extension, us, because I'm associated with you. Number one is the Andy Griffith Show.
Obviously.
If it wasn't on the list, we did something wrong.
Our unlike what I said at the beginning, our list would not be fact, but our lists are.
Lists are.
Andy Griffith is number one.
Yeah. Now, Andy Griffith, Lindsay and I have watched. We started from the top, from the very first episode, and we've gotten through almost all of it, leading up to when. What's the guy's name?
Barney?
Barney, yes.
He leaves?
Yeah, when Barney leaves, which is
Wow.
basically the end of the show. It should have been the end of the show.
It's kind of like The Office.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Okay. So it's very good. Now, the thing that I love about Andy Griffith, and it's a 60s show that's kind of about the 30s.
Yes.
And life's just easy and simple.
Yeah.
And they just I think I may have even mentioned it on this show, our show, that they sit on the front porch on Sundays.
Yeah.
And they just relax.
Yeah.
And it's you can tell it's just the day is slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got nothing to do. We're just having our ice cold lemonades.
Right. We just ate lunch.
Yeah. We're just kind of nap.
Yeah.
It's so good. I feel like my Sundays and my Saturdays just never feel like that. I don't think any day I've had in the past 20 years has felt like it's been slow.
Yeah, the town of Mayberry is it's one of dreams.
Yes.
There's 2 jail cells.
Yep.
And what's the drunk's name?
I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Yeah, anyways.
The town drunk.
The town drunk, he lets himself in at night.
Yeah.
So that's a good little funny running joke.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about the show is Andy Griffith he always lies to Opie. All the time.
He's kind of a bad dad.
He teaches Opie through lying, which is a very I like it.
That's a very dad thing to do.
It's a very dad thing to do, and I like it. And Opie learns.
Yeah.
Although he's always getting into trouble, the little punk.
He is getting in trouble. I mean,
He's always
a child.
I like it when he likes his teacher, but then Andy likes the teacher.
Yeah.
That episode's good. And then he's like, I didn't want to step in on your action, Pa. I think that was a line that was said. I love Barney.
Barney's the best. He's
You know who doesn't like Barney?
Who?
My dad.
Really?
He gets so fed up with him.
Oh.
I don't know why. I think
He's
he's
just a
hilarious.
goofball.
Yeah.
I like that Barney, he's got a committed relationship with this girl, but then he's got a little side action with the girl on the telephone, which I believe is just his imagination. Because they never show her.
Okay.
It's great.
So is it not the girl he's dating?
No. So he's got some
How do you
other
know?
girl. It's two different names.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's I forget what her name
No,
is.
I know what you're talking about because he's always calling her.
Yeah, at the diner. He's got some girl at the diner, but then he's got his actual girlfriend.
Like, in what world, in what alternate reality does Don Knotts get two girls?
The one of his imagination. I also this show also suffers from the same problem as Leave It to Beaver. Well, all of these shows, honestly, it's just a bunch of white people.
Yeah,
They do have an occasional black person, but it's like
they're always in jail.
No, they're not in jail. They're just always like side characters. Doing nothing. I think that I read on the interwebs that there was one speaking line for a person of color. So
That's a very interesting thing you just said, Philip, about the minorities only having one line.
yeah. So
I don't think of them as minorities, but back then they were.
Yeah, we've come a long way
We have.
in terms of how we do TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's just vulgarness.
Yeah.
And that's like, I love modern sitcoms. I really do. Like, a lot of them are my favorite things to watch. But there is something, like when I go back and watch Andy Griffith or Gilligan's Island, there's just something simple, and you don't feel gross when watching it sometimes.
It's wholesome.
It's
in some sort of
wholesome,
way.
and like those are shows that I will have my kids grow up watching until they're, 8.
Okay.
8 or 10.
Okay.
Not 9, but 8 or 10. And then I'll start introducing them to things like Parks and Rec and The Office and stuff like that.
At 8? You crazy.
I mean, I was 5?
No.
No, wait, hold on. The Office came out in 2005. So I was 6 or 7 when that came out, and we watched it as a family.
That you must have been going over your head.
Oh, I'm sure it was, and that's why it's fine to show to kids,
I suppose
because it
so.
goes over their heads. It wasn't until high school that I started rewatching The Office, and I was like, "Oh man, this show's really funny in a much different way than I used to think." There's just something very, I don't know, just simple, pleasant. There's something pleasant about these older sitcoms that I really do enjoy.
It's like a good smell. Yeah. It's like lavender. Andy Griffith is
like
the smell of lavender. So that's our list.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I tried my best.
job.
I tried my
Good job.
darndest. I think that's all we got for today. We do have one last segment
Yeah.
that we like to call disappointment. So we'll see if anybody's rated us.
I'm so sorry about my laugh right then, people. That was my not expecting Philip to say something laugh.
And it's another round of disappointment.
It didn't fail us.
15 ratings, so 5 stars. Hey, that's great.
That is good.
But
Good job.
I think that is one more than what you had before. But
Yeah,
guess what?
we did have 14.
Just another reminder that 5-star rating is worthless to me if it has no words alongside of it. So thank you for that person who just basically stabbed me in the heart. I'd rather a 1-star rating with many words.
I wouldn't rather have
1
that.
star with many words.
No, because then we don't look as good.
Nah, at least it looks real. Right now, it looks like we just told all our friends to give us 5 stars, and they did.
That is exactly what we've done.
Well, but at least then it's somebody that like actually thinks about it critically and tells us what we need
That's
to
true.
fix.
That's true.
Don't be one of those people.
There's nothing to fix though, because our lists are fact.
They are fact.
They're not opinion.
So that's
It's the list.
the list. That's our disappointment segment. I don't think we've got any more disappointing segments coming up. Hopefully,
No. We're nearing the end of season 1. We're just gonna do full years as seasons, people.
yeah,
That's how we're doing things.
yeah. And there's no stopping us.
yeah.
Just so you know.
Your opinions and suggestions won't do anything. Just kidding. Unless we have, like Brian had this suggestion for sitcoms. We'll take suggestions as like lists, but then you just have to deal with their lists how they are.
Yeah. We won't. Yeah, we don't back down.
No. Although I have been thinking about recently doing a list of all the times I've messed up. But that's personal preference. That's not fact.
That's true. Okay, so
Be
anything
looking
else?
out for that.
Hey, you know what? Before we end the show,
What?
I just would like to point out that you have 2 water bottles.
Yes.
And it appears that we are sponsored by Gatorade.
Oh, yeah.
Because you've got a Gatorade
I have actual Gatorade.
and a blue Gatorade.
Blue Gatorade. It's the Glacier Freeze.
Yeah.
And then I have a Gatorade water bottle with water in it.
And it's Daniel was like, "Hey, you know what? This podcast makes me sweat. So I need that sports bottle."
I was drinking it earlier, but Philip cut it out.
Yeah. I very much cut it out.
But yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we love you.
Love you all.
And go get some Gatorade stuff.
Bye.
Bye.